This is the plaintiff, Maria Esposito. She says the defendant, a former tenant from you-know-where, was always late on her rent, knew how to work the system, and she was eventually able to evict her. She, however, is still owed back rent, cleanup, and eviction costs. And she's here today to sue her for the $4,989 she's owed. This is the defendant, Elizabeth DeFrancisco. She says the plaintiff's nothing more than a slumlord who cares more about the almighty buck than she does about the welfare of her tenants. The apartment was in deplorable condition, has a slew of violations, and she has some nerve suing her today. If she wants a fight she will get. She's accused of milking it. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for unreturned security and pain and suffering.
Maria Esposito?
Yes.
You are suing Elizabeth DeFrancisco?
Yes.
For $4,989 in rent and cleanup costs that you say you have incurred when she stopped paying rent and had to be evicted, and eviction costs.
Right.
You are counterclaiming against her $5,000, $4,100 for pain and suffering, and $850 in security deposit. Okay, what's going on?
She moved in on February 28th, 2010, that weekend. On March 2nd, we signed a lease for 1 year. So the lease was from March 1st, 2010 to February 28th.
Move in first, lease later?
Well, she started moving her things in that weekend, not fully in, but yeah. The rent payments were inconsistent from the start, but it was okay. We worked with her.
And how much was the rent?
$850 a month, right.
Now, she was living in what kind of, what was this, an apartment, a house?
It's a two-family house with a basement and a storefront.
Okay, and who lives in the basement?
No one lives in the basement, and no one's in the storefront. We actually have some office stuff there for us.
Okay.
And she lives on the first floor, and then there was a tenant on the second floor.
Okay. So anyway, go on.
Okay, so I have copies of all the emails that went between us from April through, I guess, the next year.
And those emails, I've read those emails, and those emails are about her being late on the rent.
Right.
Okay.
Right, exactly.
That goes on until when?
Well, it keeps going, but on December 10th, I emailed her asking her if I could pick up a payment, but then she replied to me on December 15th with this long letter saying that...
A list of complaints.
Yes.
And by then, by December, she owed you how much?
September, October, November, and December was coming up, right.
So 4 times $850.
Yeah.
Okay. So she now says on December 15th, I can't continue to live under these conditions?
Yes, the conditions were so bad, and she...
But did she move out, or did you have to evict her?
No, I had to evict her.
And when did you evict her?
Well, after she said on the 15th that she's not paying any more rent because she believes my apartment is illegal, then I went to figure out what to do to get her evicted. On December 22nd, I filed a notice to quit. And then it went from there. We went on February 9th, 2011. We went to court, and she had until the 28th of February to get out.
All right. Did she?
She did.
And according to you, then, she is in arrears for September through February, because, of course, she didn't pay January or February, right?
Well, September, she only owes $50, and then October through February, and then late fees for all of that.
And you say that comes to a total of $4,450. And then you're also suing for garbage cleanup. What's that about?
Oh, I have pictures of the apartment. The apartment was very clean. She left it very clean. But outside was a lot of garbage.
Okay, can I see that? While you're looking for that, what's going on, Ms. DeFrancisco?
There were problems when I looked at the apartment originally. He said he was going to install new cabinets. His cabinets were not in good condition. And when I got there, they were just painted over.
Okay.
There was a hole in the kitchen wall that went outside. And he said that he went for an exhaust fan, and they had to put that in. There was no flooring in the kitchen.
Did they end up putting it in?
Never.
And there was no flooring in the kitchen?
There was no flooring in the kitchen. They said that was going to be put down before I moved in. There was no refrigerator.
Did that ever get put in?
It did after I moved in.
Unless you have more emails to show me, all the email traffic I've seen between you two during the many months that you lived there is about you not having the money to pay the rent. It's not about your complaints about the place.
Because most of the complaints I did was with Anthony, and it was over the phone.
How many months didn't you pay rent?
2 months, and then the 3 months from December, January, and February when I had spoke with the building inspector and found out everything about the apartment.
Okay, but hold on. You send them an email that says, I'm not paying any more rent because this place is unlivable, and then you live there for another 3 months, December, January, and February. But you also don't pay rent for those 3 months. So it's 5 months total,
Yes.
okay? And now tell me about why you feel that you don't have to pay rent.
They have many violations with the city of Derby, and I have a copy of that.
So you did what then?
So then I called, because of the mold in the house and all the problems I had with the spiders and everything, I called the health
What
department.
mold problem and spider problem did you have?
The bathroom window and the floor that goes from the bathtub to the tile, that was moldy, but the bathroom window was very moldy. And
Do you have pictures?
Yes. And then I had an infestation of these big black velvety spiders.
Ew.
Yeah, which are some pictures in there.
Ah, look at that.
And they did fumigate like once, I think it was the second month, but then they never did it again.
So you call the city when?
In December of 2010.
And what day of December?
I think it was December 15th, the same day that I called the building inspector. Because I know that they told
And what day do
me
you send her the email?
the same day.
Okay.
I called the building inspector, and he's the one that informed me, listen, that house, that property, we have your landlords in court. There's a lot of violations on that property. Nobody should be living there, that I should stop paying rent and get out.
Tell me about your building inspection problems.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, it is the legal two-family, and I have pictures to show you where her entrance is and the basement
Hand
in
me
question.
whatever you got. Did you end up getting any documents from the
Yes.
government? Hand them over to Douglas. Go ahead.
I'm the one that deals with the building inspector and all the issues with the house.
I want to know whether you're in violation or not.
No.
No, they did file a complaint, but
I see on
nothing has
April
ever-
19th, 2010,
Yes.
she's obtained a copy of a letter where they tell you, Ms. Esposito, because I guess you're the registered owner, that you folks are in violation of a stop work order issued in 2005, that you finished the basement after that stop work order, that the following code violations have been identified. This is this letter that's dated April 19th, 2010.
Yes.
The following code violations have been identified: installation of light fixtures, installation of receptacles and switches, electrical wiring run from basement to fuse box on second floor apartment through conduit, shaft created from basement to second floor for plumbing and wiring is not fire rated. Well, that's not good. And then it's section after section that you violated. And they say you got to fix all this stuff. Okay, what'd you do to solve this?
In the front portion of this building is a storefront, and in the storefront, the floor was sloping, so I tried to brace up the floor, and the building inspector saw what we were doing, and he said, stop doing what you're doing, so we stopped. And ever since then, they filed a lawsuit against me.
What's going on in court?
It's still sitting there doing nothing.
What have
And the
you done to
town
fix
attorney-
all these violations?
This
Did you
list.
permit it
That's what I'm in the process of doing now.
for 2 years?
This list is very long and very...
It is, it's 2 pages.
What we did was we invited the building inspector in to look at the pictures I just showed you, the storefront and the basement. We invited him in to make this list of whatever he sees, which we will correct. In
Okay,
the
did you
basement.
correct
We're in the process of doing that.
Okay, what do you mean in the
lawsuit-
process?
That's not her
But this has
apartment.
nothing to do with her apartment. That's what I'm trying to say.
Do you know the name of the inspector who told you, don't pay rent? Whatever you do, don't pay rent and live there rent-free for 3 months in this unlivable place?
His name is Dave, he's the building inspector.
Say it again.
Dave.
All right, in any event. Let me just explain to you how simple this is. If in fact, the city does not allow you to rent any of your house based on these violations, then she doesn't have to pay you rent, and you can't sue her for rent. The only claim you would have left is garbage, okay? That you had to, did you actually pay $300 to get there, or you did it yourself?
No, he had to
did.
do it.
Okay. If in fact, this all pertains to separate portions of that building, and it just means that they can't inhabit or rent out those separate portions of that building, then you do have to pay rent. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a recess and find out which of these two things is prohibited by the city.
All rise. So, who takes advantage of the system more, landlords or tenants?
I think tenants can take more advantage of the system because I think many of the laws are in their favor.
Fair enough. That's actually a good point. What do you think?
I think landlords.
Landlords? Why? Because you're a tenant, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think?
I think it could go either way, landlords or tenants.
You should run for office. You're non-committal. That's really good.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome. Going inside the courtroom.
First of all, a couple things. I got Dave. Apparently there's 2 guys. Dave and Dominic, and Dave answered the phone. It's complicated. You've got a lot of violations. You don't have like one little violation. You've got some very serious violations, and you have violations, some of which affect the safety of her apartment, because this little item here, shaft created from basement to second floor for plumbing and wiring is not fire rated, clearly affects the second floor. Now, the next logical question is, does that mean you don't pay any rent if there's a violation that may affect you? And the answer to that is no. Before I go into what I think you owe for rent, I want to go into your counterclaim. You have a claim for $850 for a security deposit, and you have a claim for pain and suffering. What's the pain and suffering? You already didn't pay rent. What do you mean? So you want $7,000? No, I'm sorry. You want $9,000 for a spider.
No, there was a lot wrong with that apartment. I was constantly concerned about the safety of me and my children. I was pregnant at the time.
Did she constantly express concern about the safety of her and her children?
No.
You know, you typically, from your side, I see proof of the complaints. It doesn't come up until December. Now, we're done with that. I'm not going over the same area with you. What I'm going to decide is what you have been able to prove. You want me to call it just unlivable, you don't have to pay a penny, and I'm not going there because I don't believe that's what it was, or we would have heard from you sooner. But I do believe that if you have a building with 2 pages worth of violations, and for 2 years you do nothing to permit work that needs permitting, and it just languishes in court, and you look at me and just say, I don't know, it's in the courts. I mean, I don't get it, but there are violations there that I think impact her safety. And yes, that's going to cost you. Why'd you leave all that garbage on the side of the house?
That wasn't mine. That was people upstairs.
Did you see the pictures of this? Or you know how you left it, so I don't need to show you?
No, I know how the upstairs people left it.
Yeah.
But it can get blamed on me. That's fine.
No problem. It will be.
Thank you.
And while I'm doing math, let me just give you a word of advice. When a judge has a calculator in her hand, that's the last time you want to sass the judge. You can sass me all you want in the hallway when I can't do anything about it.
Okay.
You know? I find that the plaintiffs in this case are entitled to half of the rent. That's $2,225. I find that you're entitled to $100 for garbage cleanup, not $300. I find that you were entitled to the eviction costs. That comes to a total of $2,394.50. Of that $2,394.50, there has already been $850 applied to from the security deposit. That would mean that the plaintiffs are entitled to an additional $1,544.50. As for your pain and suffering, I do not find in your favor for an additional $4,000 for pain and suffering. In fact, I am abating a portion of your rent for that pain and suffering, for the problems in the building. As for the security deposit, I am applying that so you don't get your security deposit back to the rent. So the net judgment is in favor of the plaintiffs in the amount of $1,544.50. That's my judgment.
All right, here comes the defendant. You can start sassing now. Step in here. What's your reaction to the outcome here?
Well, I don't really think they were owed anything due to the fact they didn't maintain the property at all and keep complying with their side
Well,
of
you
the
found
lease.
out the judge decided otherwise.
The pain and suffering wasn't for
It's
the
all right.
house.
Get
It
paid
was
to
for
suffer.
her falling.
If the place was so
after.
bad, why'd you stay there for 5 months?
Because I didn't have the means to move out at that time, and I was pregnant, so it was hard to find a place.
All right, good luck with
Thank you.
everything. All right, so what are you going to do about the multiple violations now?
We'll take care
We'll
of
get
it.
him straightened out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this verdict, you didn't get everything you wanted.
No, but I'm glad it's over. I'm really glad
We
it's
got to
over.
meet you and the judge and
And,
I know, it's a big moment.
Yes.
Big
and
moment.
Douglas.
Harvey?
Okay, you know, you should understand this, that even though you're watching this case, the laws vary from state to state. You can go online and easily check what the laws are for landlord-tenant in your area. And that will do it for this case. The litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.